Good morning, sweethearts. Hello. So
Good
cool.
morning.
So cool to be here with you. Yeah, just a joy to meet you for no reason and for every reason. Um, Kai, maybe you can mute because there is a echo going. Yeah, thanks. And then unmute, of course, when you start to talk. And yeah, Julian, Felix, Tony, Kai, Palm, and nice. Uh, so here is the joy and love to talk about just this totally unknown perfection in action already. About just simply what's happening and is not, whatever this means. About the stunning aliveness, the joy, just this unknown frequency. And even this is actually said too much, and not, of course. It's every word. And I managed to prepare my dinner just in time. And I would love to eat a little bit and listen to you, sweethearts. Just feel free to boom out. Tony, anything coming up?
Yes, looking forward to talk and say a lot of things, and at the same time knowing that any word is needed, that any word is really significant, that uh, even saying is just this. That's the mantra that I love so much. It's not this. No, it's the words. Wow, uh, just misunderstanding. But that's not problem with misunderstanding. It,
Uh, yeah, cool, cool, Tony. So, in a way, what can be misunderstood? If this is about something, if this is really about something, getting
yes,
something,
yes,
understanding something, or even
yes,
an energetic transmission, then
yes,
this would be really about something, and then there could be a misunderstanding.
yes, 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 yes.
Otherwise, it's fucking impossible to be misunderstood.
Impossible, impossible. In order to be a misunderstanding, there must be something to understand.
Mm,
And it's not the case, no.
exactly,
It
exactly. That's why
needs
also,
to be.
he's Richard, that's why also Didi joined the show tonight. Didi, girl, hello. She actually is not speaking English at all. But she is booming like crazy, and it's just the energy, it's just the vibe. It's not really about what is said. It's just here the energy of the meeting. And just please feel free to boom out. And Didi, ich kann simultan übersetzen.
Ich habe verstanden irgendwie.
Ah, geil! She understood somehow. And oh, Wendy, cool, sweetheart, also there. Yeah, beautiful, Tony.
Yeah, also
Kai.
I also was listening to a speaker today who was saying that uh, to be honest, he don't have a clue what he's talking about,
Mhm.
Mm,
and that was quite funny and resonated.
beautiful,
Yes,
Felix. Totally.
yes, yes, yes. Today I have been listening to Kenneth Madden, and Kenneth Madden is saying exactly this. Then
I
he
like him. I like him.
never knows what he's saying, but the words. And something very interesting that has happened here, listening Kenneth Madden and Tim Bliss, it seems that they say different things. For example, Kenneth Madden says that that what we have been looking for is this. Eh? That all our life have been searching is this. And Tim says apparently the opposite. He says that this is not what he was looking for. But the energy, they are saying absolutely the same. The words appear to be the contrary, the
Mm-hmm.
opposite, but
Mm-hmm.
they are not. And other times, with other speakers, they use the same words, but they say the opposite because of the energy.
I would say the freedom for me lies in the fact that you won't ever get anything than this.
Yes. Yes,
So,
because if there just is this, then when it's seen for anyone that there's just and only this, everything is this. What you have been longing for is this, of course.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful, Felix. Yeah, Tony. But this implies, of course, first of all, that there is a seeker, so to say, a seeker.
Yes.
Otherwise, there is no joke.
Absolutely. The character of the seeker is very important.
It's the me is the most important thing here. Without the me, there is no show, sweethearts. Come on.
Yes.
Nice. Wendy, cool that you're there, girl. Unmute. You have to unmute.
Yes, yeah. I got it. I'm
cool.
slow this morning.
And just feel free to boom out and hear greetings from Sander Lindchen. Of course, he would love to join too. He is always invited, but he is simply busy. Cannot join. But yeah. And cool. Gio's also there. Nice. Felix, you want to continue?
No.
No? Yeah, it's no. That's it already. No. Didi, you want to boom out?
Yeah, boom.
This is
okay.
Gio, good morning, sweetheart. Nice that you're there. Gio, you want to share something? Tony was just sharing about how to say it, about the misunderstanding and actually no possibility to have to misunderstood anything here because it's everything already.
Yes. Or another way to say the same is that everything is misunderstood always.
There is only the misunderstanding.
Yeah, just misunderstanding. As long as there is some hope or some pretension or some hope to understand, as far as there is some hope, that's misunderstanding.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in the way it could be said, like if you're putting the arms down and if you're not fighting anymore, there seems to appear like a kind of freedom, but that's also a story. But
yes, because even with the arms fighting, there's freedom, and reacting, fighting and reacting is freedom as well.
Yeah, it's the idea of all inclusive. There is no separation. Yeah.
Exactly. We are an all-inclusive resort. We did pay for everything, for the pain and for the gain, and for nothing.
Yeah.
To be honest, sweethearts, this you cannot pay with money. This is simply too crazy, booming, cool, and unknown to be. Sorry, this is just. I also would not say that it's a gift. No. It's what it is, but it's cool. Just like sitting here with you, enjoying whatever. I don't know. It's crazy.
Yeah, you are stressing an aspect that it's not comprehensible. It is how amazing all this is. I mean, it is absolutely incomprehensible and absolutely, it's so, there are no words to describe or, no.
Yes. And anything that wants to seem very revolutionary and free. For example, young companies, theater companies, then they try to be very revolutionary, wild, savage, strange. They are not really, because this is more strange. This is more free. This is not needed to try to be very revolutionary, but yet this is revolution. This is collapsing every time, always is collapsing. Anything, continuously is ungraspable. Being ungraspable is collapsing. Wow.
Sweetheart, cool, Gio. Who
Wow,
is this?
beautiful.
Who is this? Mwah! Kisses here. Hello. As I said, children on the playground playing.
Yeah.
I just
Another
love
one.
it. Mm-hmm. Kai, sweetheart, come on, unmute and boom out.
Yeah, I love that. I'm full collapse mode. Love it. Really. No, that really resonated with what Tony
Yes,
just said. It really
yes,
resonated.
yes.
Yeah, totally.
We don't need to wait for some collapse in the future. No, the collapse
No,
is
no.
this. No?
Yeah. And the extraordinary, it's always in the ordinary, always.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes, the ordinary is the most extraordinary.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
It's so close, so familiar that it's too close to speak about distance. There is no distance.
No.
Yes, Gio, I totally love when you're speaking. I almost I resonate actually with everything. And here is this, just the boom is actually the directness of what is and is not, because it's like Tony said, the total collapse the whole time. There is nothing. There is just like the boom, you can say an explosion or implosion. It's
Mhm.
both at the same time. And yeah, wow.
Yes. And collapsing is also being born. No, it's collapsing, but at the same time, is new. Is new. Always new. It's amazing, really.
Yes, the capacity not to carry anything along. Things boom, they abide for, I don't know, some timeless time and disappear. Nothing is left, no traces left. Then something else, and again, no traces left.
Yes.
It's really amazing.
Yes, it is.
Exactly the substancelessness of everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
No substance nor essence.
It just
Or
seemed
only,
the moment. It's just seemed the moment you stick to it, or you go with the thought. Apparently, that it's there, but it's disappearing as you described. Yeah.
it is always an unknown terrain.
Beautiful. And there is nowhere to land. There is really nowhere to
Nowhere.
land. And even landing is this already. The
Of
idea
course.
of a landing spot is already free fall. That's the joke, so to say. And this
Yes.
can be so obvious.
And even the need, the necessity to land, the necessity to grasp is so futile. No, the necessity to, but it's not. It's not. Even this necessity is welcome because it's so innocent and without any effect. No.
Yeah.
There's no problem. There's no problem. And
No.
there's no answers because there's no questions. There's not any problem. No.
I
Problem is Is the mind, but poof, there's no problem.
Beautiful. Poof. Tony here. I love the sentence. The problem is that there is no problem. So the problem for me is that there is no problem, you know?
Yeah,
this,
that's exactly, that's the way the mind functions. If there is not a problem,
Yeah, that's the
it
problem.
quickly goes to find a problem. Yeah. It loves problems.
it can only sustain due to problems. This is the game. Without this,
But I like problems. I always feel like a dog playing with a bone, with an imaginary bone, and I like it very much.
Yeah, that's right. It's so obvious that whatever booms out, as you like to say, it's already it. I mean, how could it be otherwise? Impossible.
Impossible. Impossible. And the mind doesn't understand and want to build levels, states, stages,
Oh, yeah.
closer, farther, construct, no? The mind needs some distance and to approach, to be far away in order to be closer. But it's nonsense.
Yeah.
But where's the person? But where's the person in the whole play?
I would say there is not. There
it's
is
just
no
an idea.
person.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the person, the origin of the person was in the very beginning of mankind, or in the very beginning of our childhood, when we needed to have a certain center in order to survive physically and to procreate physically. And then suddenly, for some reason, that physical center, which obviously knows how to survive, was introjected into the psychological field. And we build a me that is completely made up by the mind.
Beautiful, Gio, a beautiful story. Love it. I love it. Because in a way, it's because in a way.
Is it the biblical bite in the apple? Falling out of paradise by biting the apple?
I would say that is knowledge, right? Yes, but it's the same, yes.
Yeah, I would agree. Knowledge is what creates apparent forms in the nothingness that are apparently providing some kind of hints or some kind of static or some kind of safety. Yeah, because I know a lot of very, very smart people, and they rely on their knowledge. But if you ask them questions, or we have another common friend with Rosa who's asking what is between the words, okay, and or what is beyond the word, and then you immediately fall in nothingness because you can't describe it. And when you say what is beyond the word, when you ask a scientist, for example, he will describe with many words, but when you ask a scientist what is beyond the word, he's already done. He can't grasp it anymore. His theories about, I don't know anything, evolution or whatever kind of idea they are.
Yes, but we have to be careful with this idea because even words are part of the same, right? You don't have to go beyond words. It can be a useful, skillful means to to try to find out what is beyond form, what is beyond words. But either forms and words are also part of what is.
Absolutely. It's all included in the non-speakable, in the non-pointable, so to say.
So what is the problem actually? When in a way here innocently so the question arose, what is this? Something is off for no reason. I could not understand. But he was always like no sense of separation. And then something happened. I simply cannot pinpoint even what it was when I was younger. And I could not understand maybe what the people tried to tell me, how the whole thing functions. It was for me like I could not get it. And not with the mind, but maybe just energetically. I could not understand how to survive like this. I wasn't able actually. And maybe this was the point where I simply asked myself, what is this? It's so crazy. And yeah, and then there starts the seeking, so to say, trying to understand and actually not understand with the mind. We can say just, yeah, what to say.
And also there is a sense of imitation when I was trying to, I was following what you are saying, and I was trying to remember how was the first time that I felt separate. I think it has to do something with imitation. Young children look at the grown-ups and he senses, he very easily feels that there is an acting. It's not genuine. And this not genuineness makes up a sense of self. And then you, by imitation, try to reflect the sense of self somehow. It's too complicated.
Yes, that makes sense. The imitation, the mimic,
Conditioning.
yes.
It's
And
just
the
really
imitation. I remember when I was young, my 17, 18, looking my friends, and wow, they have built a character with opinions. They have political opinions, and they have let's invent, let's build a character mimicking. No, let's have an opinion. Puff, this one, but absolutely, bruh, without substance. uh, and now is seen that has always been a mimicking without essence. And even as a children or like a teenager, there was not really something very, very, very clear here. No, acting, mimicking, being, but really there was not separation. Not has ever been. There's no separation.
Yeah, even this mimic in hindsight did happen by itself. So there was no effort.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes, but if I remember myself, I really did felt separate. It's funny.
from the very beginning to you, because with me it was not. I had no sense of separation, but then this kicked in. I don't know. I was 14, 15,
Yes, but
and
I
then I
don't
was like,
remember. I
yeah,
don't remember the time when there was no separation. When I remember, I was already separate. No, yeah, maybe there was somewhere 4 to 5 years where I was just playing, fooling around without any sense of being separate. But after 7, 8 years old, I was separate. I felt separate.
Yeah. Amazing. Yeah, I mean, it's so natural. It's so natural. And I love the story of, like, Gio, what you said in the beginning, like when the first, how did you say, like it was very like important to survive. In order the body to survive, there's simply a sense of a center. And
Oh, yes.
of course, it was not about me and my, of course, a little bit, but not to. And then, in a way, when things changed and got more out of the physical, more into the brain thinking, like inventing and I don't know what, then things get tricky. So we can say there is the psychological, this overthinking, which is in a way leading to suffering. This identification, me and my, and actually it's only ideas. You're in a way suffering only because innocent ideas. What's going to be tomorrow? What was yesterday? It's not really there, but you're in a way bullshitting yourself the whole time just with your own ideas. And without this extra thoughts, there is simply very practical mind functioning. Hunger, doing food, money, earning money to be able to eat, taking care, parenting, whatever. Very simple planning and no problem at all. But then in a way, the game is like with this on top, me and my. And just seeing like the people being raised up like the parents with this imitation, seeing the parents how they do, how they function, school, the whole system, and then you're completely in it, and then maybe there is just a sense of what the fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I remember when I was a young child, I looked at the adults and I said, I don't want to become like them. I don't want to grow up. I don't want to grow up ever.
The same
But
here.
then of course the tragedy happened, and by the time I was in grade 3, I had lost most of my spontaneity by grade 3, and I really felt, the prison.
Wow.
Yeah. And then as a teenager, I became very alienated. I just felt totally alienated from the whole shit show. Totally. Yeah.
I totally get you,
So,
Kai. I guess a lot of people
yeah.
are getting what you were saying. Mhm.
Yeah.
It's like two rivers, right? The river bifurcates, and if you are in the river of separation, then you feel separate, no way out. And if you, in the other river, there is no separation, there are no rivers at all. But once you are in the river of separation, it's almost unavoidable because the whole, everything that people do, all the social movements are directed to reinforce the sense of separation of me, except Donald Trump, of course.
Gio, of course.
I didn't catch that. Except what? Except what?
Donald Trump.
Oh yeah, right. Of course. Of course. How can I? Yeah. All right.
Yeah, Trump and Putin and
Musk.
they don't. Musk, yes, they are not separated.
But
Well,
even this bifurcation, separation and not separation, really here is felt as not so different. It's not so different. Separation and not separation is different conceptually, but what is felt here is separation and not separation. And when I was a child, there was separation. I don't know. There was something very clear, no? When I was a child or young, I was to be loved. And this is separation, so to speak. But that even happens now. I want to be loved. I want to be liked. I want that what I say have sense. But at the end, that is separation. Separation, not separation. There are not this. Yes, the bifurcation conceptually makes sense. It's understandable, but doesn't exist.
No,
It's not.
of course, of course. It's a story, right?
Yes.
It doesn't
Yes.
now. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, samsara and nirvana are the same, right?
Yes, absolutely.
The
But
relative.
stories are beautiful, absolutely beautiful, and to some extent they are necessary. They are needed in order
Beautiful, beautiful,
to.
Tony.
We
Tony,
need
beautiful.
story.
I love what you just said. In some way, the stories are needed. Yeah, of course. That's the game. That's the game.
That's the
What is
game.
this
That's the
without
game.
story? It's just deep,
Yes,
deep
yes,
sleep the whole time.
absolutely.
The whole time, deep, deep sleep. Here is no drive to sit in a cave and to be nothing,
No,
to
no.
be
I
absorbed.
want the stories. The
That's the
stories,
juice.
please.
That's the juice. And
That's the
Felix,
truth.
coming back to you, I also am in love with so-called problems. I call them triggers. I cannot see problems. I just see like energies booming, so-called situations, apparent situations, who are in a way triggering. This is the joy. That's the game.
Yes.
Come on.
Yes.
Yeah,
This is
but I think to wrap all this up, when Buddhists are talking about there is no or you stepping out the wheel of karma, I think that's the moment when you see that when there is no body, then there is also no wheel of karma. Okay, there is still cause and effect, but there's no one doing it, and it's not attaining like a state or meditating or going through
the connection is a little bit off, Felix.
yeah, I had a call, that's but because the connection was off.
Okay,
Yeah,
you want to repeat what you
yeah,
said?
it's that the Buddhists are talking about stepping out the wheel of karma. And I think that's not a process. That's just seeing that there never was karma. There is still cause and effect, but there was never a person and no karma in that sense.
Well, wait. Let me boom in. There is everything. There
Woman.
is also karma. But for whom? The
Yeah,
question is for whom?
yeah. For who? Yeah,
When there is
yeah.
just a karma
Absolutely.
playing, maybe because in the past life I was like a
Yeah.
murderer,
That's
and
what
then
that's what
this
I'm
is
saying. There's still cause and effect happening, but for no one. So that's that. There's also no one to step out of the wheel of karma. It's just a
it's just a
seeing.
karma. There's just a karma, and there is no
Yeah,
issue with this.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
Not
there's
issue.
nobody
Not
doing
issue.
it. And this
Exactly.
seeing is like the so-called stepping out of karma, because there never was anyone to step in.
There is simply, yeah, there is, of course, there is just what is. So there is
Absolutely.
not two, not two. Here we go with non-duality, not two already. And so then it's
Then
full on, I would say.
yes, and I would say that that there's just this. Everybody knows. It seems sometimes that we have discovered something very important and weird, but everybody knows in a way that there's just this. Even everybody knows that the plot of the life is invented to some extent, is known, deeply known,
Love it.
even not recognizing or not putting the words. But this is very deeply known for no one, of course. But it is. Just now, I'm reading a novel from a Catalan author of the past century. And at the beginning of the novel, he says, well, let's invent a plot, no? But life has not plot. There's just
The
energy appearing, happenings, but there's no plot. Life has no plot, but uh, the the impulsivity, the wildness, the the strange of this is so deep and so big that the mind can't bear this wildness, and then invent story in order to survive, in order to make sense. But this,
Exactly. In order to control the show, in order to
in
control
order
the
to
show,
control the
because this is
show.
simply too scary. Without knowing anything here, this is simply too scary. When we go in this
Yes.
in between question, like Felix, you mentioned, this is simply like knocked out, absolutely blank. And I mean, come on, how can I survive in this unknown whatever? It's scary, man. It's scary. Yeah, totally. Sweetheart,
But it's
so
so sweet. Okay, part two. Okay.
yeah, let's join again with the same Zoom link in part 2. Okay.
Okay.
See ya.
Okay.
Okay.